Hey everyone, welcome back. Sorry about the lighting. Let me just start there. It's kind of a gray day outside, which I kind of feel like it's gray where everyone's at right now just because of the time that we're living in. But I thought there'd be no better time than now to dive back into a series that I used to do, which featured my favorites from the month. And this is not just writing related, it could be anything. Actually, most of these are writing related this month. So March, I cannot believe that March is like freaking over and we're getting into April. March did not turn out how any of us, I am sure, thought that it would, but there's still beauty in the midst of chaos. So I kind of want to touch on some of those beautiful things that I enjoyed for the month of March. And so I'm going to start with this. So March happened to be the month that my friend and critique partner Camille Myrick released her very first poetry collection. And let me just tell you, it is definitely a favorite. Paper Daisies by Camille Myrick. You guys, this is the ARC copy, not for resale. Your copy would not have this on it. I am placing an order for my official copy, but this here is such a beautiful poetry collection. Let me just tell you, like, it is gorgeous. And there's a little blurb from me on the back. So beautiful and raw. It was like Camille Myrick saw right through to my soul and spoke to the bruised places within, which is so true. This is, I feel like maybe I should even read you like a favorite. There's so many favorites though. Also in here, she has different little illustrations. She did the cover. She illustrated the cover, which is gorgeous. All right, let me see. Look at this. Look at this. These things used to be easy to write about when there was nothing to prove to anyone. I love how she has laid it out. There's so many things I love about this. Okay. Paper Daisies is one of the poems in here and it's beautiful. There were so many. I'm trying to find one specific one. Let me see. Okay. There's so many that I love. So many that were specific. There's just so many great ones. How can I even go about sharing where to even begin with this poetry collection? I feel like it was almost as though she knew parts of my life as she was writing these because they hit so much to home. I am a pastor's daughter, and she's got one poem in here called Skipping Church, and it really, really, like reading it, I was like, oh my gosh, it was as though she like totally wrote a poem about my life. And it's just so good. Here's one. This is my favorite. And yes, you guys, I may be driving some of you crazy by like folding my books. I fold pages. I'm that person that like just devours my books. So it's just when you come to my house and you see books that look loved, it's because they are, and they're read over and over again. Okay, this one is called The List. I'm going to read it real quick. The dirty dishes are still undone, sweetly rotting in the sink. The laundry sours in the bathroom hamper. Anxiety mounts when I think of our mess. A list of tasks are on the desk, neatly written, none of them checked. What on earth will he think to find the dog sleeping, covered in fleas, to hear the parakeets frantic, unfed, to smell the undone from every corner, and then find me careless and task-free? I love it. I love it. It is raw. It is beautiful. Every poem in this collection is beautiful. You guys are going to want, in my opinion, to have the paper copy just because you can, you can love it and make it your own. And so Yes, she just released this March 31st. You could actually get your own copy. I will put the link to the Amazon down below for you to order your very own copy of Paper Daisies. I believe I read 4 books this month, and this was definitely my favorite out of all 4 that I read. So, first favorite from March, Paper Daisies by Camille Myrick. Trust me, and I'm not just saying that because I'm her critique partner. This is a beautiful book. You are going to want it in your life, especially as a woman. Okay, next, we're going to talk about this right here. This is, the brand is Gold Ink, and I actually got this for Christmas from my oldest daughter and her husband, which is still so weird to say. It's weird and amazing to say. But they got this for me for Christmas, and I didn't really get much use out of it until March. And that, honestly, this can count as 2 favorites. Because we're all social distancing, and North Carolina, we are in I think most states are under stay-at-home orders. And so March, I have pulled this out and officially been using it like nobody's business. And that is, I don't want to drop inks. That is this Gold Ink glass fountain pen. Fountain pen? I don't know if it's considered a fountain pen. It's a glass pen and inks. And let me just show you the beautiful, let me just show you this. It is stunning. And I have never owned a glass pen, but this thing, I'm obsessed. If I wasn't in the mornings, if I wasn't like trying to quickly get out whatever's on my mind, I would totally journal with this every day. I've been using this to write letters because it's just so beautiful. I don't know if you can see this, the camera's not doing it justice, but do you see the little sparkles inside of it? And I don't know if you guys have ever used a glass pen, but I just randomly choose an ink. I shake it up because you can see some of them have a sparkle and that settles. So I shake it up real good. Each one has a little stopper on the inside. So I unscrew that, and you know what, let me show you. It has one of those. So it's not gonna leak out. I take that off. I do get ink on my fingers, which I love. I feel like it takes me back in time. Like it makes me think of Jane Austen. But basically I dip it and it fills up, not on the inside because it doesn't, there's no holes or anything, but it goes into the nib and all these little, because it's kind of spiraled, the ink is held there. And so I can actually write a couple lines at least. I think I get a good like 3 lines before I have to dip again. And I have noticed when I write, if I run out of ink writing one direction and I turn it a little and continue, I can get more, because it's basically all that ink that gets picked up on the glass gets spiralized. It spirals down onto the page. I am so in love with this thing. Let me just tell you, I think they got it on Amazon. I will try to look and find it and post the link down below, but this is so fun to write with. And so this counts as 2 because this is specifically a favorite, but also writing letters. Because none of us can get out and see our friends, now is the perfect time to bring back the art of letter writing. And people, I don't know how you are, but when I go to the mailbox and I have Happy Mail or I have a letter, there's just something exciting about it. Like joy arrives from knowing that someone thought about you enough to sit down and address an envelope and send a little note or a letter or a Happy Mailbox. There's just nothing like it. So this is definitely a favorite, both writing letters and sharing mail and using this dip pen. Okay, I've got 2 more things real quick because I don't want to keep you guys on here forever. This little salve is a favorite of my husband and mine. We actually picked this up on one of our last date nights out because hello, now we can't go anywhere unless it's essential. And so we've been doing date nights at home, which I should do a whole video on that because that's been really fun too. But on one of our last date nights out, we had this little it's actually a gas station, but they serve amazing food in the middle of the country. Not country, in the middle of our state. I mean, I guess it's, yeah, in the middle of the country of North Carolina, like the actual country. Anyways, it's a little gas station that serves like duck confit and all these amazing meals. And we frequent it regularly when we can get out, specifically on the motorcycle, because we are big motorcycle people. And that's one of our go-to motorcycle dates. They're a gas station, but they sell local items. So they sell local soaps, they sell local lotions. And this was one of the things I saw. This is CBD oil, not oil, CBD salve. They have the oil there too. Let me just show you. And this stuff, I got the 1,000 milligram. Yes, 1,000 milligrams. I have used CBD before. I did start with 500, I believe, when it comes to the salve, because my husband works out a lot and he gets really sore muscles and gets like kinks in his neck. He has a regular massage therapist and chiropractor, but right now you can't go to any of those places. So I've been using this on him and he swears by it. And for me, I use this a little different than I use it on him. For me, when I always carry my stress in my neck and shoulder area. I get regular stress headaches that go up like the back of my neck. And I will have my daughter, when it's really bad, I'll have my daughter put some of this on her hands and rub it into my shoulders. Number one, it knocks me out. So I usually do it at night. There's something about it that relaxes me enough where all that, like, it's literally feels like it melts away. And I usually have the best sleep of my life that night. I'm trying to see if there's a website. It is Rock and Roots Farms, Rock and Roots Farm Soothing Salve. Yes, Rock, the letter N, rootsfarm.com. So Rock, the letter N, rootsfarm.com. You can check out their website and get some for yourself, because this stuff is amazing. And they do have the smaller milligrams there. So if you want the 500 instead of 1,000, I recommend going with 1,000 because it's amazing. So that was a favorite for March. The last favorite I'm going to mention is actually an ink that I have been obsessed with. I recently inked, I think I have 4 now, 4 of my fountain pens. And this ink, when I used it for the first time last year, I knew it was going to be a favorite, and it has been. I'm obsessed. I should have brought up my journal to show you guys what it looks like. This is Noodlers Ink, which Noodlers is one of my favorite brands anyways. I think that's no, I have one other brand. Most of my inks that I own are Noodlers brand. This is American what is it? Let me see. It's kind of hard to see on here. American Aristocracy. American Aristocracy. You see how it's like faded. So I'm like, what? It's beautiful. It says a royal purple that dries fast enough to debase currency. Okay, I would not say this is a purple. Now, keep in mind, it does write differently on different surfaces, and I'm using it in my Moleskine expanded journal. So the Moleskine expanded journal is going to be more of a cream. It's a cream paper, but I've used this on white too. I'm just gonna touch it and show you. It's more of a like purpley brown, and I know you're not going to be able to really see that, but it's more of a like purpley brown. It is gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. So if you guys want to check it out, I will try to leave a link to it. I think JetPens carries it. If I can find it on JetPens or Goulet, I can't remember where I got this one. I will link it below so you can actually see and research more about the color, but I have been loving it. I've continually refilled my fountain pen the TWSBI is what I love to use for my morning journaling just because it's quick. I have no like hesitation. It writes like, you guys know the Pentel Energel is one of my favorite gel pens. And I feel like with the TWSBI, I'm able to get a lot of ink in the tube and I'm able to write for long times before I have to refill it. But when I do, I always refill it with this, well, at least for March. So that is the Noodlers American Aristocracy. Amazing, beautiful purpley brown. Yeah, a beautiful purpley brown color that is not showing up accurately on camera. Anyways, those are just a few of my March favorites. I hope this was fun for you guys, and I hope we all can find the beauty amidst the chaos in this crazy time and enjoy a wild, sexy April. Until next time.